Are you familiar with like the children's game telephone where one kid gives a message to another kid and by the time it gets to the end it's completely garbled? Well, you realize there is no original text of the Bible left anywhere on this world, and it's all copies of copies of copies. So how can you go back to the original documentation? How can you put such faith in this? We don't even have anything original. It's just someone that copied something that copied something.
Do we have any original copies of Herodotus?
What?
Do we have any original copies of Herodotus?
Not personally.
Do we have any original copies of Caesar's Gallic Wars? Do we have any original copies of Suetonius, Tacitus? Do we have any original copies of any document
Do we
in
have
ancient
people
history?
who worship those people?
No, we don't have any of those original documents. Therefore, according to what I hear you saying is, it's all bunk, because we don't have any of the original documents. Garbage. We have many copies that agree, going back to a very, very early date. And that's why we have study of Greek history, study of Roman history, study of Muhammad.
So we should have to study the Bible, but we shouldn't base our whole lives on it.
Good, study it and find out, is Jesus reliable? And if the evidence is that Jesus is reliable, put your faith, your trust in him, and grow closer to
Go
him.
back to evidence though again. There is no evidence.
Yes, there is. There's lots of historical evidence that Caesar fought the Gallic Wars. There's lots of historical evidence.
You talk about Jesus being reliable.
Yeah?
Well, there's evidence that he existed, but there's no evidence of him being reliable.
There is. There's historical information about how he treated people, what he taught ethically, how he died, loving and forgiving his enemies, how he rose from the dead.
Yeah, there's plenty of evidence of people who know me that I'm a good guy and I treat people and everything, but I still lie, cheat, and steal.
That's why I don't worship you.
The point is, you have only certain things to go by. You're saying you have certain major acts to go by, and you're saying everything you did was perfect. There's probably not a kid there who didn't try to steal a candy bar from a candy store when they were a kid. People steal. People lie. So you're taking a few pages out of everything you did in this life and saying, oh, that's reliable. Everything you says must be true.
Those disciples observed him carefully for 3 years. So you could observe me carefully for 1 week, and you'd have more than enough evidence that I am a sinner. But these guys examined Jesus for 3 years, and they never saw him sin. And in John chapter 8, Jesus looks in the faces of his enemies and says, which one of you can prove me guilty of sin? And his enemies were silent. The evidence is the guy lived a sinless life. That demands respect, doesn't it?